One.
All right, I'm hitting stream because I didn't realize it was 8:06.
Oh, I thought we were streaming when we were standing up.
Oh, no.
I was like, wow, this intro is going a really long time,
Wow.
Jeff. You're really playing this out.
Oops.
Oh, like, that's cool. If everyone wants to just...
John got me talking about beer and glasses and whatnot. Hey, we're live. Welcome to Craft Computing. Talking Heads, episode 18.
18 already.
We've been doing that for a while now.
Ooh-wee.
18. Sorry we're late, guys. By 6 minutes.
You know what? I'm surprised you didn't get text.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
John,
no, Steve said, is John late again?
No, I was on time.
Welcome to the show, everyone. It's going to be a good show.
It will be.
Yes. Well, you're here.
This is the good show.
This is the good show. I am so looking forward to this. So, new friend of the show, Curtis, new friend of the show. He's a great guy. I've talked to him a little bit on chat. We exchanged a couple emails. And I hit 3,000 subscribers early last month. And Curtis reached out and said, hey, can I send you some beer to celebrate? Yes, absolutely. You can send me some beer to celebrate. So from Roanoke, Virginia, he sent me two of their local favorites. We've got a Dark Hollow Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels from Blue Mountain Brewing, and we've got a Four Mad Chefs Belgian-style Quadrupel.
Oh, yes.
And this is from Chaos Brewing, and apparently these are both fantastic beers. I did a little sneak preview. I looked them up on Untapped, and they get amazing ratings.
They're
like
really good
4.2, 4.3.
Oh, yeah.
If you can crack 4, you're going to be like a phenomenal beer.
Yeah.
And both of these easily did that. So what do you want to open first?
I'm going to go with the Belgian.
Go with Belgian?
Yeah.
All right. Let me grab some glasses here out of my brand new cabinet.
Woohoo!
What do you think? Pints or Pilsners?
Let's go with pints. If you got them. That's fine.
And I believe this is also the beer that tried to bitwit in the box on the way over.
Yeah, I remember you pulling it out last time I was here just to preview it. The cork was probably up here.
Yeah, it was just holding on, but when it shipped to me, it was very well shipped. It just got jostled a little bit in shipping there. When I opened the box, the bottle was actually upside down in the box. And the cork was hanging on just by the last couple of threads, but nothing spilled in the box. So I'm pretty sure the seal has not been broken.
Yeah, it should be still good.
So I pressed the cork back down into it and gave it a couple more twists to keep it on there. But as soon as I pull this out, it might go.
Possibly that. No, I think it's settled down. But I think.
Yep. Okay, we're good.
Possibly, if you let it age for another year or two, there might have been that little bit of air.
I'm sure some air got in there, but it's only been here since last Thursday.
Yeah, so we should be fine. I don't think there's going to be any contamination.
Yeah. Be very ginger with that cork here.
Yeah,
right.
that one you never know. Just going to do one of these.
Yeah. Yeah. Just thinking about it. Maybe.
It's in there good now.
Kyle, if you need any advice on how to open one of these, give me a call. Oh, man. There it goes.
There it goes. Yeah, just don't break the cork.
Yep.
I've had that happen.
I've had that happen. I got a bottle opener here if we need it. There it goes.
There we go. It's moving.
3, 2, 1. Yeah. That was in there good.
That's a big cork, too.
It is. Wow. That's, I have my... There it is. Yeah. Look at that thing. That thing's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Good Lord. All right. Oh, yeah.
Oh. Let's go with... I'm going to share the feed. Oh, look at that. That looks
That's
good.
a good color. There you go, buddy.
There we go.
All right, let me make sure my chat is back on. Hello from St. Petersburg, Florida. Hello from South Korea.
Dang.
Hello.
How the Olympics.
Raul, I was hoping you would jump on chat tonight. I got something for you. Before we open that, I told you I have an Ultima map. And I do. I brought my Ultima map.
You didn't hang it.
I didn't hang it. You're right, I didn't hang it. But I have an Ultima 5 cloth map, original from, I believe, 1987 is when this thing shipped out.
Yeah.
So I've had this since it was new. My dad bought the game when it was brand new. I've had the box ever since. And I kept the map.
I'm actually kind of surprised you haven't framed that.
I've thought about it. It probably will end up framed up here. But I knew I was going to do something like this eventually one day. I have the map. I told you I have the map. There it is.
I accidentally gave you some yeast when I poured it in there. You want to switch glasses?
I'm okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go for it then. Oh, that's got a great smell.
Good smell. I don't swear often, but holy shit.
That's a good beer. That's smooth.
Wow, that is good.
That's really good. Oh,
Oh, and the flavor changes like 6 seconds later. Mm-hmm. Oh, that is good.
That's a good beer.
Yes. Oh, man.
That was definitely carbonated. I mean, look at mine go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get much head, but mine's got a lot of bubbles in it too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that your yeast hit the bottom. That's what happened.
Mm.
Yep. Oh, that's so good.
Sorry, we're not going to be talking for a while.
Yeah. You guys are just going to hear us go, oh, well, it is Valentine's Day.
We'll make love to these bottles soon.
That is delicious. Wow. So Curtis, I told him I'd give him a shout out for sending me the beer. Curtis is trying to do what I'm doing. He's starting a brand new YouTube channel.
Awesome.
You'll find him at Digibit Computers on YouTube, and I've actually got a link directly to his channel in the top of my video description because he was such a nice guy and sent me some
Very
beer.
cool.
So, Curtis, thank you so much. I am definitely digging this beer. I love Belgians. I love stouts. I don't know if you already knew that, but you sent the exact right stuff. If the stout is as good as this Belgian, we won't get into tech news tonight. We're just going to talk beer.
I know.
So, very well done. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And speaking of my subscriber count, we're up to 4,870.
Almost 5.
Almost 5. I was hoping to break 5 this week. I was hoping to do it before this episode. As of this week, my channel has been on the air 7 months.
Nice. Very cool.
Yep. So, thank you all for joining me and for sticking around. Chat is very active tonight. That's good to see. I also knew Ultima on the Apple IIe. Yeah, I had a 2GS. So, yep.
No, most of the games I played were on my brother's Amiga.
Yep.
No.
So, all right, let's jump into beer news.
Oh, all right. Well, we have some quick local beer news.
Very local beer news.
Very local beer. A friend of ours.
Yep. Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Just opened a brewery in Salem, and he had his grand opening to the public. He did a little private thing, and we were able to go to that. But this one was the public opening. It was this past weekend.
Yeah.
It was this past Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, it's Ratchet Brewing.
Ratchet Brewing in Salem.
In Salem, Oregon. He's down in the industrial district off 22nd Street, I believe. And we went there, and I've actually got a video I can throw up in the background here, possibly.
We tried doing kind of a...
I tried to do a beer vlog.
Yeah.
My audio was terrible. I don't know if it was the battery in the microphone, but something just went awry during the recording. It was good beforehand. I actually checked the mic beforehand before I got there, but in the recording, there's just this bzzz over the whole thing, and it's just unusable. So this is what the beer vlog was going to be.
Me drunk. Not me drunk again, though.
Yeah, we didn't have that much, but we got to sample all of their beers, which solid beers. I mean, and that's the thing too. This brewery, it's not going to have the barrel aged because it just opened up.
Right. So they're sending out, hey, here's all of our flagships. They did try to release 2 new things, which was a single hop specialty and their double IPA. You can see we have a sample tray. Of them all, and the double IPA, even that was freshly kegged like that day, so it was a little undercarbonated, but it's still very solid, very
amazing
good
flavor.
And I think they had that coffee stout.
That was, they have a rev it up coffee stout.
Yeah, that was probably the flagship stout. I mean, smooth, easy drink. It's like 5.5%.
I think it was 6, but it's right in there.
It's right in there for that stout.
It's a lighter ABV stout.
Yeah, but it had that great coffee flavor.
Full-bodied coffee flavor all the way through it. A lot of those roasty notes that you really look for.
A lot of espresso.
Right.
A lot of espresso.
Right, but not too thick. It was if you're not a fan of dark beer but you like coffee, this is a great beer to get yourself started with.
Yeah.
Like I said, it wasn't too thick. It drank like a much lighter beer. It drank like a beer that I could have any time of the year.
It was really nice. It's one of those. It's wintertime. I can have this. It's summertime. You know what? It goes great with some beef.
Right.
You know.
Yep. Someone says Amiga, which you have to is law after you say Amiga. Yeah. Love Stout in Belgian as well. Awesome. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Yeah, same here. I was a 2GS guy. Let's see what else. Use my map as a beer coaster. Screw you.
No. On eBay alone, that thing's probably worth a couple $100.
Probably. It's up there. I love this map. But let's see. They had the shake and bake. That's kind of their...
That's their standard pale.
Their standard pale, which was solid.
Yeah, and then their Deuce Coupe IPA. And then they have the double Deuce Coupe. That was their double.
Yep.
Really nice.
Trying to think of what else we tried there. I think we tried 6 different beers.
Yeah, we had that one. They had the
Motafloozy.
Motafloozy was good. It was really easy to drink blonde ale. Sweet. It actually was pretty sweet for a blonde ale.
Yeah.
Clean, crisp, but still had a lot of malt flavor to it.
Yeah.
And then they had, I don't think it's on this list, but they had Falconer's First Flight.
Oh yeah, Falcon's First Flight.
Yeah, which was there it is. Yeah. Their specialty single hop beer. Actually, you can
What's funny is you're on camera talking about the stout right now, and you can see how excited John is about it. So that tells you how good that
It was a good beer.
Stout was.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, Ratchet Brewery opened its doors this last Friday to the public as they were open. Are they open every day now?
They are open 7 days a week.
7 days a week now. Yeah, they've been open kind of. They did a soft opening a month ago or so.
Yeah, about a month ago, and they were open 3 days a week.
3 days a week, just as kind of like a tasting room kind of thing.
Yeah.
But now they are open. They had a taco truck out front and. Fantastic brewery. So if you're in Salem or in the area anywhere, go check them out.
Yeah, and it's a nice addition because they're in that industrial area, but there's also a lot of breweries right around there, so you actually easily could go walking around there.
Yeah, they're about a block away from Sandy M. Brewing.
They're about, I don't know, 2-3 blocks away from Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh, that's right, is right there as well. I always forget about them.
Yeah, there's Saw right down the road, and then there's a new one also called Buying.
That's right.
Buying Brewing.
Yep.
They're a brand new one. I haven't gotten a chance to have them yet.
So yeah, if you make your way through Salem, Oregon, go check it out. Go check out the industrial area.
It's right off the freeway.
Yep.
Not far off there.
Yep.
Some other local news though.
Yeah. This one was kind of cool.
This was kind of cool. I like this. It was actually last week.
Keep hitting the wrong button and I get like nothing but my face on the camera. Sorry about that.
But Elon Musk wasn't the only person.
Wasn't the only space-based news last week.
Although unfortunately this came back to Earth.
No, good for us it came back.
I don't think they are gonna use the yeast or anything from it, but it's just a 6-pack.
Yeah.
But BridgePort Brewing in Portland decided to launch their their original IPA into space. They launched a 6-pack into space for, was it their 12th anniversary?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Went up
22 miles on their
22nd. That's right.
22nd anniversary. There's actually the description. It was just a balloon, not a rocket, unfortunately. They had a couple of GoPro cameras on there, and so you can actually down at the bottom of the article if you go and check it out. It's really cool. They have a whole video, really quick, snapshot of what's going on, what's going through, and but all the beers landed intact.
Yep.
And I think they open up the cooler and pop one open.
Nice.
At the very end. So it was just kind of a cool little.
Yeah, there's been a couple other breweries that have sent stuff into. Didn't Elysian send?
No, it was Ninkasi. Ninkasi sent some yeast.
I was trying to figure out which one it was. Yeah, they sent some yeast up into space, and that actually stayed in space for a while.
Curtis likes Ninkasi.
Yeah, Curtis from Digibit, the one who sold or gave me the beers. He actually goes, "Yeah, I got my beer ready for the show tonight, and it's in Ninkasi. It's an Oregon Eugene brew, which he learned today." So.
Yeah, so. But yeah, they went and shot yeast up into space and have for the past I think 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it stayed up there for a while.
Yeah, well, then they've been using that strain over and over again, but they use it for it's called ground control.
That's right.
It's a hazelnut bourbon barrel aged stout or brown. Sorry, I think it's a brown or an Imperial, something like that.
Yeah.
So
Steve wants us to save some of the Format chefs.
there's like a little bit. There's a little bit of yeasty stuff. Is Steve on his way?
Save some for me. If you're on your way, Steve, you're more than welcome to some.
Yes, you're on your. We have some other beers later. it's gonna be one of those days.
Steve also in the regular chat says Amiga was great, ahead of its time. By the way, there's a special chat if you're part of our Discord. So we've got our Discord chat during the show. We've got our regular YouTube chat during the show. We've also got Super Chat if you feel like donating to the show.
Yeah.
Super Chat buys us beer and things like that for the shows. In fact, from last week, I need to go buy myself a bottle of Jameson Gold because I think that's what it bought me.
Yeah. Last episode, if anyone saw it, it's crazy. Just go to the end, watch like the last 30 minutes. And when I say 30 minutes, it's a 90-minute episode. Yeah. So 30 minutes.
I'm thinking about changing it to 90 because we go over every week now.
I like the 60 because I don't mind going over, but I like the standard of the 60 because I know if we push it to 90, we're going to go 120.
We're going to go 2 hours. That's right. Yeah, it's kind of nice because we get through most of our news in an hour, and then for the last 30 minutes we just goof off.
Yeah, exactly. So I like it,
Yeah, we'll probably leave it officially at 60.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. And then we got one more beer news.
Yep.
It's not Oregon for once. This is Stone Brewing.
Yes.
Probably one of my top 1 or 2 favorite breweries is suing Miller.
Yeah. This is actually pretty big news because just like we did the piece on Old Town in Portland, kind of standing up to InBev and the city of Portland a couple of months ago. This is I call them small. It's a craft brewery. They're actually one of the largest craft.
They
breweries
are, I think, the sixth largest independently owned craft brewery.
Yeah, not owned by InBev, not owned by Miller, not owned by Busch.
They're owned by just a couple of guys, basically.
Yep. And they started this in 1996, I believe, is when they opened their doors. But name of the brewery is called Stone Brewery. And Keystone, 9 years ago, attempted to get a trademark license for Stone when it comes to brews. And they were denied because Stone Brewing already exists. And what Stone Brewery is saying is when it comes to beer, we own the word stone. We own exclusive rights to the use of the word stone when it comes to beer. We've earned that trademark. We've been in business 22 years now. And that is our word. That is our name. That's who we are. So Keystone was denied 9 years ago for a patent license on it. And I'm actually going to go to the official...
The patent, the
complaint.
The complaint, yeah.
Because it shows exactly what they're talking about.
Oh yeah,
I'll scroll down here.
So this is some tap handles from the very first year of production of Stone. You can see blatantly big old stone.
Yeah, big old stones, engraved stones for their tap handles. We scroll down a little bit more, and here's their branding.
Yeah, and this is all modern stuff.
Yeah, here's who they evolved into. This is their trademark. This is their brand. This is who Stone Brewing is.
You say, "Give me a Stone beer." Every decent person in a tap room bar knows. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know what it is. I know what it looks like. I know what the can is. So then they go into here is Keystone's brand, and they give the history of the Keystone brand, which it was formed in Colorado with the mountains in the sometime in the 70s with the mountains in the background, and the Keystone was since bought by the Molson Miller and Coors conglomeration and is now based in Illinois. Yeah. So they're no longer based in Colorado. I don't think they're even brewed in Colorado anymore.
I don't think so. So you can't say the Rocky Mountains.
Right.
You know.
Coors probably doesn't want them competing with the Taste the Rockies, so they probably kicked them out. But anyway, they're just a conglomerate, part of the Coors Corporation now.
It smells so good.
I can't believe how good this stuff is.
It's really good.
Sorry, one sec.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a live stream if we didn't run over.
Man, that's good.
Right, Curtis?
Yeah. Oh, man, that's good. So anyway, the complaint says that they were formed in Colorado and in Keystone, Colorado. Actually, they're named for the town.
So it's Key, and so they're complaining that it's Keystone.
Right, exactly.
Keystone.
Right.
So scroll and then so now
this is Keystone Lights rebranded cans. And I actually saw these in the store.
Yeah, me too.
Down in my corner market because now I'm paying attention to this. And they're trying to push the word stone. And it's more than just the word stone in like just on the cans. If you look at them, key is actually at the top, but then stone is big on the side of it.
Yeah, it's completely separated.
And so what Keystone is doing is I said, well, we didn't get the patent. And so what we're going to do is go, Keystone.
Yeah,
that's basically their marketing brand, and they've got it's all over social media. Hey, pass me a stone, and what they're saying is, well, there's an apostrophe in front of the stone, and Stone Brewing is saying, no, that's crap.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You're infringing on our patents. You are copying our label. You are copying our color scheme. Because Keystone Light is the powder blue can with the Rocky Mountains in the background, and now they are going with the
gold, red,
blue, which is, if we scroll back up to Stone's cans,
we have some gold.
We've got some gold. We've got some green aqua
blue
colors.
Yeah, but they do have those colors primarily in a lot of especially the red in their standard flagship beers.
Right, but yeah, they're saying we are Stone.
Yeah, it's not good,
and it's crap.
It is horrible. Yeah, it's on the boxes. It's horrible. I was even at the store today, like you said, you were at the corner market. It is just key bottom right above it, probably half the font size, if not more.
Yeah, it's this tiny little thing that says key, and then underneath it, it's stone in giant words.
Yeah,
and they've actually sued them. They are suing the Coors conglomerate.
Yeah.
For we own exclusive rights to Stone.
And if you watch the video, because there's a little video of him explaining why he's doing it, what's going on, you can actually hear the frustration in his voice. Of like, look, I didn't really want to do this, but they have been pushing our buttons for years. That's kind of like the vibe you get of like, I'm fed up, someone had to take a stand.
Right, and he goes, why are we doing this? Is this for the publicity? No. He goes, I don't even care if they pay us any money. What I want them is to stay Keystone.
Yeah,
I don't care if we get a settlement. I don't care if any money comes of this. But we've hired a lawyer and we've sued Coors to put the key back in Stone, and that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
you are not Stone Brewing. We are Stone Brewing.
Yeah, he there's a scene where he lifts the can up. And then he mockingly is like, puts it down like, oh, I'm going to save that bad boy for later. And it's just, you can tell.
It's a good video.
It's a good video.
In the link that I have there is a link to that video, as well as you can read the whole patent file, or the whole complaint filing if you want for the court document.
Yeah.
I actually read through the majority of this.
Yeah, me too.
And they went in depth into the history of Keystone and Miller. Or Keystone and Coors rather, and said we understand where their name comes from and where they built their branding, and now they're trying to shift their branding to mirror ours. Yeah. And that's where our complaint is at. And so all they're saying is, all you have to do is put key back in your name. Yeah. You are Keystone. That's who you are. Stop infringing on our
I remember some advertisements in the Salem area and some billboards about 2 years ago. Didn't have anything like this.
Nothing like this.
Nothing like it said Keystone.
Right. Exactly. I've always known them as Keystone.
Yeah.
And they've got some clever radio ads. I listen to the radio in the car and whatnot, and they've always had some clever stuff on there. And even on the commercial, they had the guy in the convenience store beating the crap out of the other guy. And,
those are the commercials I remember.
Right, exactly. And so they are very defined in what their branding has been.
Keith Stone.
Yeah,
that was the guy's name. It was Keith Stone.
That's right.
Keith Stone.
Yeah.
But yeah, even that, I was like, okay, I can get that. And they were going on Keystone.
Yeah, Keystone is piss beer anyway. Absolutely it is. It's crap beer. And they're trying to build market confusion. And again, part of their complaint is, let's say you're not a beer geek. Let's say you're a 21-year-old, you're fresh to be able to legally purchase beer in the United States, and you've heard Stone Brewing, and you go and pick up Stone from the supermarket, which is not Stone, it's actually Keystone, and you take it home and you crack it open and you go, oh, this is swill, I'm never buying a Stone again. You have damaged Stone Brewery's reputation, and that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So, it's crap. Good luck to you, Stone.
Yep.
I
hope you win.
I think you will win. In my non-expert legal opinion, I think you have a dynamite, bulletproof case for what your brand is, what their brand is, and what they are doing to your brand. They are causing damage to you.
Yeah, I love Ruination IPA.
Delicious.
That's a great IPA.
Really, really solid.
Actually, if you go back to, I think it was last week when you did the release where you had the list of all the beers that are about to be released. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
They're going to do a Ruination 3.0 limited release, and that's on there. So I think it's only going to be in 12 packs, or 12 pack of a variety pack, so you only get 3 bottles of it.
Yeah, they're doing what Bridgeport does for their
the mix packs.
Yeah.
But
which I had the... What bottle was that? In my next video, I've got one of Bridgeport's limited release, one of their limited release stouts.
Oh yeah, that looked good.
The deep cut or something like that. That was good.
No.
That was solid. I really enjoyed that. So how about these Nvidia GPUs? Glad you mentioned it.
Right? I was like, all right, we're done with... nope, next one. There you go.
Tell you what, I'll do you a solid. I'm gonna skip the rest of the stuff. We'll jump straight to the Nvidia news.
I'd like the Twitch stuff, but we'll do that.
Well, we'll do the Twitch.
We'll do the Twitch later.
We'll get to the Twitch stuff once we.
Next beer we'll do it. So Nvidia.
So, Nvidia. Of course they're releasing new GPUs. You didn't think they'd go a full calendar year without releasing another GPU, did you?
Right at this time with that amount, expense going.
So, again, I have no official knowledge of this. This is all hearsay. This is all rumors. But this fits NVIDIA's timeline, what they typically operate on. And the numbers that I have fit product numbers that they've used before. And it actually fits with some rumors that I heard last month that they're not going to be releasing Volta to the public. Volta's kind of their experiment. These are actually Ampere cores that are going to be released, which was not on their roadmap as of like 2 years ago. So this is a different core than you probably expected. Everyone's been saying, oh, wait for Volta, even though Pascal was amazing. And again, Pascal wasn't on the roadmap either. It was Maxwell and then Volta, what was the roadmap. And so Pascal was kind of a, wow, we didn't expect that. This is another one we didn't expect. This is Ampere for cores. But I'm going to skip all the little we're expecting them, I believe, April 12th or 13th to actually release. And I've actually got a full list of... Can I zoom in there? Is it going to let me zoom in? No, of course you're not.
Just do the fonts, or can you do the webpage
I
zoom?
can't. Oh, wait, hold on. Am I on that? Nope.
Don't
want me. Anyway, we have actually part numbers for, what is that, 7?
Really?
6. 6 new Ampere NVIDIA GPUs. We'll start at the bottom with the GTX 250. It is a GA107 core with 768 CUDA cores, 128-bit memory, and GDDR5. We've got the GTX 260, 6 gig, which is a GA106, 128-bit, which is 192-bit, 1024 CUDA cores, and GDDR5. And that number is actually a little low for what the 1060 was, if I recall correctly. I believe the 1060 had 1280 CUDA cores. The 1050 Ti was 768 and the 1050 was 640. So we're actually kind of seeing a little bit of name shifting with the number of CUDA cores that are actually on these chips. There's also going to be a GTX 260 Ti, which returns us to the 1280 CUDA cores, 192-bit bus, and GDDR5. Now we get to the juicy stuff. The GTX 270 with a GA104, 256-bit bus with GDDR6.
That'll be cool.
I am so looking forward to that. Followed up by the GTX 280, also a GA104 with 2,560 CUDA cores, 256-bit, and also GDDR6. And moving right into the 280 Ti, these are a GA102, which is actually a different core than the 1080. Or excuse me, than the 280. 3,384 CUDA cores, 384-bit, and GDDR6. These are leaks. This fits with what NVIDIA typically does.
Yeah.
They will typically leak. Oh no! How did that get out?
Damn it, Bob!
Yeah. Someone needs to take Bob's Twitter account away.
Yeah.
Frickin' Bob. They will typically leak information about 2 months in advance. They will officially announce it 2 weeks before launch, and then they will launch
it.
This is their MO, and based on the timeline, we received this February 12th. The estimated date that these are going to land is April 12th. You can see the math that we're doing here. So these are all but confirmed. Again, I don't have any official numbers here, but I'm looking forward to getting my hands on some of these.
Now, I read another article actually had to do with this that was, and again, this was speculation, not facts or anything like that. It was just this one guy's opinion and the history of Nvidia that they might cap or not allow bit mining on things because of they need to get rid of the rest of the 1080s.
That was the other bit of news that was in this. Was they're trying to disallow bit mining in some way to not allow blockchain decryption on these cards. And they're also going to release a mining-specific NVIDIA core with no video output. So it'll be something like a Tesla that you can install and you can buy and you can ramp them up as much as you want. And they'll have the same cores, but they'll have different technologies enabled for them. And then someone will figure out how to mine on the GA 102 and 104, and we'll be back in this boat next year. F and Bob, that's right. F and Bob. With the power improvements Pascal had, I wonder if the GTX 2080 will have one 8-pin. The GTX 1080 only had a single 8-pin as well, as did the 1070. And the numbers that we're seeing early on are they're expected to have a 10 to 30% performance increase over the 10 series parts. So the 1060 will be 30% faster than, the 2060 will be 30% faster than the 1060, and so on and so forth. And that was certainly the case with the Maxwell to Pascal jump. And in fact, Pascal also did it one more, where it was also 40% more power efficient, where they were getting. I don't know if you guys know this. The 1080 is only a 220 watt card. The 1070 is a 180 watt card. I mean, we are not talking about high wattage cards when it comes to Pascal. Now, overclocked, you can crank these things to the moon, and you can draw 400 watts on a 1080, but, as my 1080 for the Win card showed, that thing I got 2,113 megahertz, I believe, on a stable overclock, and in fact, in some situations, I was able to crank it to 2145.
So
with 200 megahertz bump on the memory as well. So if these are anywhere near as efficient as Pascal, or even an improvement on Pascal as far as efficiency goes, they'll be more than welcome. Upgrades to the 10 series cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much faster? About 30% is the estimates that we're seeing. Between 10 and 30, depending on the...
Well, they were saying that, but that was before they found out that the DDR6 was going to be in place. So that the 10 to 30 is still a guess, and they're obviously with the DDR6, they're going to be hoping for more.
Yes,
you're going to want to. We're hoping for 40 to 50, bump that up a bit. So,
and depending on the platform or the application you're running, it may be 30% faster, especially because the memory bus increase on GDDR6.
These are not facts.
These are not facts. All speculation. Yes. I will only ever address rumors on this show. Yes. So we're addressing the rumor. This is a rumor. Pretty sure these parts are going to come to fruition. Yeah. And the 2080 and 2070 are the cards that we have slated for an April 12th release. The other cards will come sometime later.
And then the TI will come at the end of the year. And they'll be like, oh, we don't support the 1080 Ti anymore. Right. Oh, look, the price of GPU's going down.
980 Ti performance of the 2060. The 1070 was roughly the performance of the 980 Ti. I think you'll see, again, a generational jump there down to about the 2060 level. If I'm just speculating on that, it'd probably be somewhere right around there. And hopefully they can get pricing back down into the realm of the reasonable people.
$299 would be nice.
$199 would be fantastic for a 1060.
I thought you were talking about the twos.
Yeah, or excuse me, for a 260. I think $199 for a 260.
You think $199 for a 260?
Yeah, a 1080 right now, or 1080, a 1050 right now is $120. A 1050 Ti was only $180. And that was for the custom board partners. I've actually seen some 1080, I keep messing up my numbers tonight. 1050 Ti's for as low as about $150 when they were available for that price. Now they're like $230.
I mean, we did talk 1050, 1060, 1060 Ti's.
I know.
2070, 20.
There's too many damn numbers involved in this. Gosh.
They just need to go back and do like what PlayStation did. 1, We're back to 1. I'm sorry. This is 1.
Yeah. No, that's Xbox. Xbox
or
One.
whatever. I don't care.
Xbox One. Do you mean the Xbox OG?
Yeah. They need to do that.
Saying hi, you guys are awesome. Thank you, Cloud. Favorite aftermarket OC'er.
I just spilled beer. Yeah, I know, right? I was trying to read comments because I figured, hey, I will respond to chat while you're talking. It's like, oh, be productive.
I've seen you pop on a couple times.
Yeah, and then as I'm looking down and just like, I did like the drool thing and just went
Want to see if those new cards will bottleneck X79 chips? Depending on your chip, maybe still not. If you remember, I actually did a quick piece on my channel with a couple of Xeon chips with a 1080, and they were fine. You saw performance gains with clock speed increases. And not dramatically so, and they weren't dramatically different than my Haswell chips either. Obviously, you will still get better performance out of modern chips on the CPU, but as far as bottleneck, I hate the word because there's always going to be a bottleneck in your computer where something's always going to be faster than another component to the point that one component is maxed to 100%, and that's what a bottleneck is. So when I hear bottleneck, I hear drastic performance drop because one component cannot keep up with another component. I don't think you're going to be bottlenecked still with an X79 base chip, something like a 3930K, or even a 4820K, or something in that realm, or some of the Xeon chips that I've done here before. Steve, hurry up. I'm going to finish this beer.
Yeah, well, I'm not Steve.
I know. I meant Steve, hurry up. If you're coming, Steve.
Oh, yeah, no. We already have another guy on here who wants us to finish this beer.
Yeah.
So.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Working on it. In fact, what I can do, I'm going to, maybe I'll, swig the rest of mine real quick. You can save yours, or we'll both take another drink, and then we'll set them aside. Steve can have our backwash.
That's fine. There is some in the bottle. Mm. So, Steve, that's plenty for a taster.
That's plenty for Steve.
That's plenty. Yeah, so let's
finish these real quick. I hate to gulp this one, though. It's so good.
It is a great... I wouldn't call it a sipper because it's not that big, thick body, but...
No. It's a drink you can gulp.
It's not a chug. No. It is not it's a good 20-minute drink.
Yes. It's a beer you want to sit there and enjoy.
Yeah, you want to enjoy. You want to taste the complexity of it by letting it warm up a bit.
Steve says, just save it. I'll be there.
I think you do need the chat or another monitor with another
I'm working on a second monitor.
It actually...
These are literally the only 3 monitors I have in the house. In fact, I had to break up one of my benchmark stations to get you a monitor tonight. Oh. I walked in tonight and went, John doesn't have a monitor. Crap.
I can give you that one if you want to fix it. It's free.
It's free. I'm thinking about just going down to Goodwill, getting another 1080 panel.
All right.
That's where both of these came from.
All right. Well, if they don't have one, I can give you that other one.
Yeah. $20, you can get 1080p Goodwill panels.
Right.
Good deal. Almost 5,000 subs. Yeah, almost there. I was hoping to hit it this week. Slow down a little bit, but FreeNAS.
Oh, yeah. FreeNAS, that was great.
Shared my tutorial on their Twitter account today. And in fact, IX Systems, which is a systems integrator and server, they do NAS boxes. They also shared the tweet. I'm hoping for a lot of new viewers here pretty soon. It was great to see that. Anyway, let's...
Steve says he has extra monitors. Yep. Drinking a beer warm. Well, obviously you don't want it hot, but I love having the complexity or finding the complexity of a beer, of having it cold. Drink about half of it cold, and then I'll usually hold it and drink the other half at a really good temperature.
Do you want to plug your new channel now, or you want to wait till a couple weeks?
We'll wait for a couple weeks right now. Although I do want to plug a different channel. There is some guys I got a hold of, and I really liked him. They're actually from Quebec, Canada. Oh. Does that smell pretty good? And
you're not going to want any of this stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
Terrible.
Oh, right.
Terrible.
Look at the size of that cork difference.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to see the cork difference, this is the Stout. And then this is the Belgian.
Oh yeah, it's a huge difference. But if you guys love beers as much as we do and everything, and just love different beers and learning about histories and styles and how to drink, Hops and Bros.
Hops and Bros. Yeah, that's right.
Hops and
They're
Bros.
The Canada guys.
They're the Canadian guys. Now, one of them does have a pretty thick French-Canadian accent, but it kind of plays to them, so it's pretty cool. I believe they do work at a brewery. But it's really cool. They review beers once a week, and then they also give you history lessons of styles or the use of particular grains into beer. So it's a really great channel. Go check them out. They actually just released their 100th beer review, I think about a week or two ago. So go check them out.
Yep. Yeah, beer for thousands of years was not cold. In fact, How to Drink did a, God, what did he call it? A slog or something like that? Where he did a...
if Steve is on his way, I saved him a little bit of that too.
Excellent. Yeah, go check out How to Drink on YouTube. He did a... the cork save of the beer absolutely did. It's still carbonated. I think we're all...
Oh, yeah.
We're
And
all good.
that's a nice...
Oh, that's a good smell. Oh, yeah.
That's a good beer. I really like that.
Oh. Curtis, my man.
Cheers, man. You can send us beer anytime.
You and I, we got similar tastes, bro. Anyway, How to Drink actually did an iron heated beer where he did a forged iron.
Oh yeah.
And he got like a red hot poker and then he heated it, and it has a whole egg dropped into it.
Oh my god.
And, yeah, he went full bore with this thing and actually experimented with like 3 or 4 different iron.
Oh yeah.
Alloys. And
oh yeah. No, I mean warm hot. And actually, hot beer is actually a great thing. I did this at the tap room a couple times. I did an event to where we took 4 different styles of beers and we actually heated them up to almost boiling, to where it's more like a tea.
Yeah.
Sours and stouts.
Yes. They changed entirely.
They changed entirely, and they're great. If you think, not a malt, what are those? Hot toddies. If you like hot toddies,
yeah,
it's like a hot toddy but with beer. It's fantastic.
Yep.
But yeah, if you have a stout and it's the cold of winter, heat that up, add a little egg for some body into it, and obviously the thicker the stout, the better. But if you have a really great sour,
nice.
It'll be really good
my
too.
company is a partner with IX Systems in South Korea. Very cool. Thanks for watching, man. Old Dell monitor's $20 for the live, or is the live? Yep. The one behind me is actually one of the original Asus Predators, and it's a 90 hertz TN panel. But I use that for any kind of high refresh stuff that I want to see. And then my other monitor is an old Acer, just 1080p standard desktop, 23-inch HDMI monitor. The primary monitor that's on my Mac is a Samsung. It's an IPS display, and it was right at the point where they were kind of thinking about what the next resolution was from 1080p. And if I pull up my, it's a weird resolution. It is, of course, it's going to screw me all up here. It's like a 2110 by 1176 or some weird resolution like that. But this is one of my favorite monitors, and then I've got obviously my HP 1440 behind me. So, yeah.
You want to go back to some tech news?
Yeah, let's jump back into some tech news here. See what else we got. Let's go AMD, and then we'll jump into Twitch.
Okay.
That seems like a more fun topic for a couple more beers. So AMD turned their first profit since 2011.
I thought it was... Oh, yeah.
2011.
Yeah. Or 12.
No.
Oh, yeah.
2011
It's right.
had a
It's right. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's right in the title.
So between 2012 and 2016, AMD posted losses of $2.8 billion combined. They were hemorrhaging money. And a big part of that was, I've talked about this on the show before, was when they kind of ceded the high-end market to Intel. They said, tell you what, we're going to go for entry-level chips and mid-range kind of stuff, and we're going to kind of scale down what we're doing in the data centers. We'll kind of let Intel have the high-end, but I think we can compete on the low-end. And then Intel started competing on the low-end and actually kicked their asses for years. And then everyone's like, whoa, wait for Bulldozer. Bulldozer's going to be great. It's going to be the thing that... Bulldozer wasn't great. But because of Bulldozer and Piledriver, we have Ryzen. And so one technology led to the other, Today we have Ryzen. Ryzen launched last March, and in the course of 1 year, they made that company profitable again. They grew their revenue by 25% in the last year, which is huge for a company that's as big as AMD is. A 25% increase is nothing to scoff at. And in fact, they did $5.5 billion in revenue, I believe, this last year.
Yeah, but I do wonder how much of this. Now, Ryzen, great chip, but crypto.
They don't sell many cards.
Really?
They don't sell nearly the number of cards that everyone thinks they do. And again, I have no official numbers on that, but...
But you think it helped?
I'll tell you on the gaming front, because I actually did a lot of research leading up to my average gamer's PC, which everyone loves to argue what is the average PC. They always come in there and go, oh, well, none of my friends have anything that crappy, or, oh, man, that is way better than what I have. Mm. If I calculate the average PC based on the comments in that video, I come out with almost the exact same PC. It's really funny. Anyway, off topic. When I was doing research for that video, I took the top 22 cards not integrated, so discrete graphics cards that were in use on Steam over the course of 3 months. So June, July, and August of last year, I took all of the Steam analytics and I calculated out what the numbers were for each graphics card that was actually in use. What I came out with was AMD didn't have more... I think they only had one card in the top 20.
Ouch.
So, and again, this was before the crypto kind of really came to the forefront. I mean, there was crypto back last summer, but not like we're seeing it today.
No, yeah, obviously.
And so, yeah, AMD, they make graphics cards, but it's never been huge because for the last 10 years, again, Nvidia's been kicking their butt for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, the whole thing was, oh, just wait for the RX series. The RX series is going to be great. And the RX series is great, but it doesn't compete at the top end. And then it's like, whoa, wait for Vega. Vega's going to be amazing. And then Vega comes out, and it's just an energy hog. It sucks so much power. Now, I will say the RX 56, the Vega 56, that does beat a 1070 and a 1070 Ti in modern tests. With modern drivers. Once they got their drivers refined and people started using their APIs and patching their games, it actually is like 15% faster than a 1070 and like 6% faster than a 1070 Ti. And they're almost even with a 1080 on that series, but the problem is they draw twice as much power. It's a 330 watt card.
It's a very hot card.
Very hot card. But the technology's there. And the cool thing about Vega is it's scalable. And what you're seeing right now is... Vega starting to come down into some lower tier components. Not in graphics cards, because the 56 and the 64 are the only things you can get today. But you're starting to see the Vega 11 and the 8 in the Ryzen APUs that just launched, which I have benchmarks which are coming your way. Haha. Got to get my plugs in, man.
All right.
And you're seeing a Vega 24 card coming to Intel's mobile chips that's integrated in. And those are the same compute cores that are in those Vega 56 and 64 cards. They're the same exact cores, just like NVIDIA's doing with the new 10 series, with the Pascal in mobile. You're getting the same processing power. And some early benchmarks I've seen from the i7-8809 have it on par with at least a 1050 Ti. And that's on a mobile chip. And the power is actually almost as efficient as Pascal at that level. The voltage is competitive, the power draw is competitive, and when you keep it with a really high-end CPU like an i7-8809, it's a good graphics chip. And so AMD has done a fantastic job of building their platform and kind of planning for the future and saying, you know what, we're going to screw sales for the next 2 years. We're going to devote every dollar we make to R&D. We're not going to advertise. We're not going to do anything like that. We're actually going to get everything as it needs to be competitive in today's market. Mm-hmm. And I think AMD in the next 18 months is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Because what drives sales of AMD and what drives sales of CPUs is, yes, the consumers have a large say in it, but data center is what you see going on in data centers and performance per watt in data center. The cost of the components doesn't matter. It's all about how much performance you can get me and how little power can you draw while giving me that performance. And with Ryzen being as multi-threaded enabled as it is, and especially with Threadripper and EPYC being as good as they are, I think we're going to see some shifts in the data center moving over to AMD, which is going to give AMD a huge wad of cash to do whatever they want to do with.
Bunch of R&D.
Bunch of R&D. We could see an absolute resurgence back to like early 2000s form for AMD, when AMD was taking Intel to the curb and kicking its butt and taking its lunch money.
Oh yeah, I remember back then AMD was super cheap and just as competitive in performance.
And I think I went over this once in one of my early shows, but there's a great article that I read years and years ago about the race to the 1 gigahertz processor. And Intel had won every single major benchmark for CPU speed until November 1998. And in November 1998, AMD launched a 1 gigahertz processor. They were the first commercially available 1 gigahertz processor. And between 1998 and 2006, AMD beat Intel to every single benchmark. They were the fastest, they were the cooler running, they were the lower power. They were what we think of Intel today. With Coffee Lake, that's kind of changed a little bit because Intel, I think, pushed Coffee Lake a bit higher than they were planning on pushing them. I think they planned on releasing these cores, but I don't think they plan on releasing them as quickly, and I don't think they plan on clocking them as high. And when you look at what Coffee Lake does when you overclock it, when you get an 8700K up to 4.8 gigahertz, you have to have a minimum 360 mil rad on that thing to keep it cool.
Yeah.
Because that chip is pumping out 150, 160 watts of power.
Well, you don't need a heater
on
in your
a
room.
die that's this big.
Yeah.
Right, definitely 1998. Oh, AMD opened the 1 gigahertz CPU. Yep, yeah, it was November 1998. And in fact, the article I'm referencing is a Maximum PC article, and I still have that magazine somewhere. I need to find that. I need to post a PDF of that.
You seem to have like one of everything. I'm like, oh, I had this one back when I was 8 years old.
My channel has been open for 7 months. I've been doing this since I was born.
Yeah, basically.
I was born for this crap.
I'm gonna give you my big old hard drive disc. It's like this big.
Do you have a giant one?
Oh yeah.
I'd love it as a backdrop.
Oh, you want it? I'll give it. It's just in a box. Yeah.
Somewhere I have.
It's bigger than a record.
I have. Sure, it's on a Laserdisc.
No, it's a hard drive.
Oh, you have a hard disk.
It's a hard. I actually ripped it out of a computer myself. I had to take apart this computer to me and my sister for her old job. They had these in the basement. They had to basically decommission them and tear them apart to recycle them. And so her and I both took one disc each out of the hard drive, and I think it was a 5 megabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
But the disc is probably, I don't know, 14, 15 inches wide.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want it, I literally just have it sitting in a box, and I always wanted to turn it into like a clock or something.
Yeah.
Never did.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I've got a couple Laserdiscs hanging around, but somewhere I have an 8-inch hard drive. I don't know if you remember an 8-inch hard drive.
I don't even remember an 8-inch hard drive.
Yeah, there's an 8-inch hard drive and a 5 1/4 hard drive. What's funny is I actually pulled apart, I think it was an AMD K6 system. It was an old compact, and it had a 5 1/4 hard drive in it.
Jeez.
Like way late in the game for what you should have found one of those drives in. But yeah, it was in there. Let's see, after Vega, I hope they come out with E-Honda.
Wait, where's mine?
Someone's waiting for the Chun-Li.
That
AMD.
would be me.
Yeah. Yep, performance per watt absolutely matters in the data center. Steve says he had one of those 1 gigahertz Pentiums. I had one of the 1.31 gigahertz Pentium 3s. I have one of those chips. Or no, 1.41 or 1.46 Pentium 3s. It was the fastest Pentium 3 that was available. I think it might have been a 1.46. I know I had an Athlon XP, which was the 1 gigahertz Athlon that Steve is referring to there. He's got an 8808 PC with a 2 megabyte and a 20
megabyte hard drive.
Yes, my man.
Thing's huge.
Those are the days. Actually, no, I had a 286 that was about this thick. It was super slimline. It was completely fanless.
Really?
But the hard drive in that thing was twice as loud as any system I've built in the last 3 years. Yeah.
Yep.
You turn on the clicking. Yeah. It was terrible. Just months after I bought 10 PCs for my staff with Pentium 2 dual core or dual slot CPUs. I'm gonna tell you what. Youngmo, I believe is your name. Youngmo Eugene Kwan.
Youngmo, yeah.
Youngmo. If I know I'm butchering your name, I'm sorry. If you watch next week, I will bring home. I have hanging above my desk at work. I have a dual slot 1 Pentium 2 machine. That is the motherboard is still sitting on my bench at work. It's a 1 gigahertz or no, sorry. It has 1 gigabyte of RAM of PC133 ECC memory, which was some of the first ECC memory you can get, and it has dual Pentium 2 450s. I will bring that board next week. Cyrix, yep, Cyrix 686. I actually have a Cyrix 133. The cool thing about the Cyrix is they were gold pins. They're also a gold top. So the process, yeah. No. you don't get to see that one.
Oh, Jeff, it's gone.
Yeah, where did that go? Damn.
Oh yeah, it's just top.
Wow, a whole gig of RAM, yeah, and it was on 2 512 sticks. Yeah, it had was it 3 slots or 4 slots of RAM? I forget. It was PC133. I think it had 3 slots of memory. Or 3 DIMM slots in it, and I believe it's 2 512 sticks is what that has. That board is from Tyan. Yeah, it's a Tyan board. It was actually in a Dell workstation, some Dell Performance workstation back in 96, 97. Don't quote me on that. Somewhere right in there.
Late 90s.
Yeah, early to mid 90s. Yep. Or mid
to late. Yeah.
Pentium 3 Tualatin 1.4S. Yep. It was
Pentium's 3.
Yeah, Pentium 3 Tualatin core. That's right. Which is named for Tualatin, which is a city in Oregon that's just north of us. Most of Intel's processor names for years were based off of Oregon cities. And so there's actually an Astoria core, there's a Tillamook core, there's a Tualatin core. Those are all cities right around us. Some are on the beach, some of them are in the valley. But yeah, those are all based on names in Oregon. Now they're doing Washington mountains and mountain ranges.
Yeah.
Westmere.
We're not gonna get a Mount Hood.
Yeah. Yeah. No Mount Hood core. I'll watch next week. I will see you there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the board was made by Tyan, if I remember correctly. So I don't know how we got on that after Intel.
AMD turned to profit. And then whatever. So
that's really good beer. Thank you, Curtis.
Yeah.
Remember installing 512 megabytes in my gateway, thinking I was a baller. Yeah. Gosh, what was when I had a Pentium 1 166 with MMX, and I think I had 32 megabytes of RAM in that machine.
I swear you remember every build you've ever done.
Every board, every build.
I mean, to me, I was just like,
I remember the look of the cases.
Yeah, I was just like, whatever. Where's some parts around here? I just took whatever my dad's parts were lying around.
I did have a Pentium 2 300 megahertz build at some point. That one I only had for a couple of months. The first PC that I built from scratch was an Intel 486 DX2 66 megahertz with 12 megs of RAM.
See?
Yeah. The next build that I did myself from scratch with components that I bought was an AMD K62 433 megahertz, 466, 450.
Pentium 60 Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Anyway, we're getting way off track.
Yeah.
We get to Twitch?
We get to Twitch. That way, I can do a little talking about this if you want to drink.
I can drink.
All right. So
yeah,
yeah, exactly. So I mean, you've been chatting away about all of your builds and everything like that.
I'm chatting with the chat.
I'm chatting with them. You're chatting. You're reading it. I'm actually chatting, technical chatting. Anyway,
I'm giving them FaceTime.
Yo, whatever.
Yeah.
They want substance, words.
Yeah.
And I type those.
That's right.
Where I'm trying to autocorrect my autocorrect.
Pentium 4 Willamette, that's right.
So some Twitch news, if you guys are not on Twitch, or if you've ever watched Twitch, Twitch is similar to YouTube. It's a basically...
Hold on, I gotta get the right thumbnail on that.
Yeah, there we go. Something for us to look at.
That's right.
No. So Twitch is trying to implement a dress code, or they are implementing a dress code. Yep. For these so-called what did they boob streamers, and essentially it is just non-gamers or video bloggers or whatever, just trying to get views and, just bigger clicks, bigger
something.
Exactly. Likes.
Got assets I don't have.
Bigger likes, but basically by dressing scantily, or as they call it, something that wouldn't be in public.
Right.
So
the official attire and gaming streams, most at-home streamers, and profile channel imagery should be appropriate for public street, mall or restaurant.
Now, all right. So I went and then Googled the top 5 boob bloggers of Twitch. Somehow,
you did your research for this episode.
No, I did. Somehow, the filter at my work let me do this. And I was like, all right, it's not blocked. I'm going to be Googling this all the time. So
bigger clicks.
Yeah, click, 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 like. So and then I also looked up, what they're wearing. That came out wrong. So
John did a lot of extracurricular on this. I did not ask him to do this.
Yes.
This was all on his own.
This was the only article I read. I was like, I'm so into this right now. No, but so
do you guys want me to change the background, or are we good here? just let me know. Titty streamers, as some call them. Yeah, titty streamers, boob streamers, booby cammers.
So what they're trying to do is put a dress code. In my opinion, though, I get why they're trying to do this, and I totally support what they're trying to do. I really do. I don't really care for people that are constantly trying to just get clicks because they're, hey, I know nothing about this, but look what I'm doing and look how good I look. I mean, I even saw a couple of them, they were saying that people are commenting more on, hey, I like how you did your makeup or your hair more than the game that they're trying to
Which, again,
talk
there's
about.
No voice connotation in this, and it could be, I really like how you did your hair.
It could be. So that it's not about what the channel's trying to be. So they're trying to implement, like Jeff or like the article say, public street or mall.
Right.
In my opinion, though, this is what public street or malls. I've seen, and this is Oregon. I'm women
from Eugene.
Yeah, I've seen women look like this.
Yes.
And they're completely fine wearing this. I was expecting before when I read this, I was like, okay, there's got to be someone worse than what was shown. It's got to be.
There are some out there probably beyond what you were able to search for.
Yes.
Apparently they have a huge problem with bikini streamers.
I read more of
that I heard.
Jumping jacks and exercises.
Yes.
And then they were paying them per jump.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, clicks per jump.
Or something like that. Push-ups.
Joe says, take a shot, $10.
Oh, well, damn you, Joe.
I told him $10 and I'll do a shot. Yeah. So I was interacting with the chat.
All right. Well,
I got us $10.
You got yourself $10. You didn't get me $10.
Let's see. Joe, do you want rum or whiskey? Another shot. Oh, shit.
Damn, I know. That's one for each of us.
One for each. Okay.
That's what I'm going to think of it.
So, John, what would you like?
I'm good with either.
I got some Caskmates.
I have 2 bottles of it.
Okay.
So I'm good on Caskmates.
I got some Elijah.
You give me whatever you want.
Okay.
But the Twitch, they're trying to implement it. They will be trying to ban your channel if you continue to do that. So on the male aspect, I don't think that's really going to be a big problem. They might actually personally lose some fans.
Huh?
Yeah, there we go.
And again, we're talking about booby streamers going, give me money for showing my boobs. And I'm going, give me money to watch me drink.
Yeah. Hey.
Some people just have no morals.
No class whatsoever.
We keep it classy over here.
Right? Oh, God, he did another $10.
I do have a limit. I do have to work at 7 o'clock in the morning.
So I got to work at 6.
So tell you what, I'm going to do this. If you keep donating, I'm going to break out my scotch again. And I'll do a glass of scotch along with this. So.
Ooh.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. So, but I enjoyed research.
Oh, that's good.
On this article. You should do more like these.
Yes.
Only when I come, though.
Oh.
So it was interesting news this week.
Oh, needless.
So, I know. Actually, it didn't. I don't know. It didn't quite pair well with the beer.
No, it didn't.
Almost gives it a sour flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, they completely changed the stout and made it kind of sour. It took away a lot of the char too. A lot of that oaky taste.
It actually. How much for scotch?
How much for scotch?
How much you got?
No, don't go there. Joe's the one who donated last week.
Oh gosh. Cheers.
Joe, it's good to see you again, buddy.
It's great. I'm not as cool as Rhett though.
Yeah. Yeah, not only did Rhett get more views, Rhett got a lot more money.
Well, no, I still have more views than Rhett.
Just not by much.
It doesn't matter.
You know, I'm going to start doing an average. Average per video.
No, we count. We count per view. So we have an internal little game.
Friendly competition.
Last time I was on, I finally got ahead. Now,
it took you twice as many views.
It took us twice as many videos an episode. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You do care because you're the one updating us throughout the week on where we're at.
Shut up. Don't tell them that. They don't need to know this stuff.
So it got out that Steve and Rhett got a lot more views on this show than John does.
And I'm on twice as much.
But yeah, I don't know if it was just the weeks that John is on. It's just slower news weeks, but it's been consistent. John's numbers are down compared to everyone else's. Where Steve's episode hit 900 today.
Oh gosh,
he's still getting views.
He's still getting views.
That was 3 weeks ago.
Oh gosh, I know. It came like I was on 1 week, then Steve came on, and I think it was like it maxed out at like 290, something like that.
Yeah.
And Steve, though, within 12 hours had over 300, almost 400 views.
Yeah. When Steve and I finished our stream, we had 190 views during the live show. Steve!
We're
still on.
This does not count as views for Steve. This is not.
You even got a chair for me.
There's a chair. All right. So we got. Scoot back here.
I'll be in the background.
All right.
I'll be in the background drinking beer. Oh wait, you guys got whiskey since I last.
Well, we got $30 already donated.
Oh, nice.
All right. Let me get you a glass.
Oh wait, what? I missed this screenshot. This is good.
Right?
This is,
It was. I got to talk about this one.
no, nice. Oh, is this the Twitch
It's
one?
just the Twitch one.
Oh,
So this
makes me twitch.
This has got a little bit of a. You're getting most of the yeast though.
That's fine. This is the Belgian.
This is
right?
the Belgian quad.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, it smells awesome.
It is. I actually kind of like it a bit better than the stout.
I'll agree with that.
Oh, that is fabulous.
It is a fabulous beer.
I mean, even the yeasty cakes at the bottom is still really good.
But we haven't opened the best.
The Karen Shiban?
Yeah.
Steve, you have an admirer.
I do.
It's Angie.
Oh, probably.
No. It's the guy from Korea. Welcome, handsome guy.
Well, you guys were talking about Ratchet Brewing, so I got my
you got the-
Brewing.
I got the Ratchet Brewery hat. There we go.
Yeah,
There we go. We should get free beer for doing that.
We should.
I know.
I'm going to start reaching out to breweries and seeing if they'll sponsor my show.
Oh, there you go.
Because I'm getting enough views that it would benefit them to do so.
Yeah. Start with the Salem Brewery. Those guys are desperate.
Yes.
They are. Vagabond will give you it.
Vagabond will give you it.
Gilgamesh will give you it, but
I don't want Gilgamesh.
I don't want Gilgamesh.
We don't want Gilgamesh. Sorry, Rhett. You have Gilgamesh beer.
Yeah. Gilgamesh is downtown. I'm not going to speak ill of them on this channel, but I don't like Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Hat Guy's just the best because he talks to you the most.
Hat Guy is the best.
Yeah, I'm going to give away your screen name. This is El Polo Diablo.
Yeah.
You see him in chat. He's also on the Discord. This is Steve. This is John's older brother.
Yeah.
Much more mature,
More wise.
refined,
Yeah.
wise.
Better looking. All those things.
Yes.
Yeah.
If this was twins, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger and John is Danny DeVito.
Yep, that's right.
That's an old school reference. Go watch that movie.
Is that really old school?
Joe says $10 shot for Steve.
All right.
Mr.
Nostrovia. Nuclear vessels.
Now say nuclear vessels. No. Shot for Steve. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks for getting me drunk.
Yes. Much appreciated. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't get paid out until March 1st. They pay out at the first of every month. So on the 1st, Joe, I'm going to go buy a bottle of Jameson Gold, and we're going to keep that up here. So.
And this is the other.
So this is the stout.
Yeah.
All right, I get the dregs. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't think that. I think that one was bottle conditioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was quite.
Yeah, the Belgian was not.
No, I think the Belgian was bottle conditioned. I don't think this one was.
Okay.
Because mine was quite a lot of yeast at the bottom. Had a lot of carbonation.
This one's really good too.
It is really good. No,
Yeah.
they're both really good beers.
Yeah.
Again, dude, I actually, if you wait, let that shot kind of go away, it'll taste better. It kind of gave it a sour
It
flavor.
kind of gives it a.
Someone said you guys are like unbox therapy without the cocaine.
I could send cocaine too. I don't.
Thank you.
Captain, it's the Enterprise. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remember.
Nuclear
Yeah.
shot or bombs is really famous. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. At this point, we're out of news, so we're just kind of hanging out, finishing our beer. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Q&A. Let me know.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Yeah, this still doesn't count for Steve's views.
It's okay. I'll be on next week. It's fine. That is very good.
But it's
I finished it way too quickly.
Well, yeah, I mean, look how much Jeff has left.
I know. Well, if Jeff wants to share,
Yeah, this is very much a sipping beer. Tell you what. Here,
Okay.
have a little more.
There we go.
I'll split it with you. There you go. It's about even.
This is just about the right temperature too.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually it's a lot better than
Yeah.
now it's a bit warmer.
It's a little bit warmer. You get much more of the coffee flavor right up front.
Yep.
Solid beer.
Tell us more about IPAs.
John, go for it.
More beer chat, more IPAs. Okay, well, what do you want to know about?
Yeah, what do you want to know?
Well, hazy IPAs are kind of real.
Hey,
big.
hey.
Yeah.
So we have the New England style IPAs and the milkshake style IPAs. Are the two of the probably the big ones, up and comings, which are both very cloudy. The milkshake IPAs are basically IPAs with what they put lactose sugar into it.
Yeah. So it's a little bit sweeter.
A little bit sweeter, and then most of them usually always can have a fruit flavor to it,
Yeah.
and a very citrusy hop.
If you guys are from Oregon, Riverbend does a lot.
Riverbend does a lot of them.
milkshake
Yeah.
IPAs. Yeah.
They actually did get that. I talked to the brewer. The brewer's name is Mike, and he actually is from New York, and he got it from a bunch of New York breweries. So it's actually originally an East Coast beer.
type of thing? Okay.
They were trying to make it the New York. There's actually a couple of breweries in New York trying to make what is called the New York style IPA.
So it's got like sewage water.
Right? I don't know.
Master Splinter was swimming in the back for a little bit. And
Go ninja, go. But yeah, so I don't quite know what the specifications of the New York style IPA is supposed to be, but
It's New York. What do you want?
It just makes you.
I want Brooklyn style. Hey, get out of here!
That's my people, the Italians.
And then there's the hazy IPAs, which is basically a very unfiltered, still sweet, a lot of tropical fruits to it.
Yeah, they usually use the newer hops like the Simcoe,
Mosaic, Citra, Galaxy.
Yeah.
Usually has a lot of citra peel to it, like orange peel,
yeah.
lemon peel, sweet, citrusy, but bitter, a little bit bitter at the
Some
end.
pineapple.
Yeah, a lot of pineapple. Both these beers are pretty easy to identify by. You couldn't even see through it if you tried.
Yeah.
Very, very hazy.
Yep.
So.
All right. Good choice in the Jameson. I love Jameson. It is
Jameson's great.
probably my favorite
Got a
whiskey. Usually my
Jameson IPA.
Usually my standby
Cask
for whiskey.
IPA.
IPA. So we
Yeah.
got the stout, but I got an IPA version.
Yeah, I haven't had the IPA.
Yeah, I wanna try
you may
that.
need
Yeah,
to bring that one
I
over.
might.
Usually my go-tos for whiskeys are Elijah Craig for a bourbon, and if I want Italian, I usually go Irish. We were talking about Irish Jameson Black is usually my other standby that I have on my shelf. I'm actually out right now, but I do have some Jameson Caskmates up there. And as far as higher end whiskeys, once I get into like the $100 a bottle, Jameson Gold.
Yeah,
so
that's
good.
good stuff.
See, that's what we should do is I'll bring the cask IPA and you have the Jameson Gold.
Let's see. What do I
And
do?
we'll just all have a big old drinking party.
Let's see. What do we do
Any
for
kind
a,
of drinking
what do I do for a job? I'm not going to get too specific here. I am the head of IT, so I manage servers and infrastructure for a fairly large organization. About 3,300 users, 6 buildings. I manage a fiber infrastructure. I manage 2 different data centers. That's my day job. I'm an IT guy by trade, so I work with the computers all day, and then I come home and I work with computers all night.
Yep.
It's just what I do. Steve, John, what do you do without getting too specific?
Without getting too specific, well, I'm a computer systems developer, so I develop all kinds of different computer systems for the company I work for. Like, again, I don't want to get into too many specifics.
Right.
But we deal with all types of technologies, and especially with coding with databases and big data, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I did when because I worked for this company for a long time. I've been with them for a long time, and when we were a younger company, we did a lot of IT type stuff too. It was multi-purpose. Not only did I do coding, I built the computers. I did support for the computers.
Yep.
So
and I do everything from workstation level repairs to hey, my computer does this thing when I to high-end data center stuff, file storage, backups.
I still get people like, oh, my DVD player doesn't work anymore. Can you help me with this?
Like, you don't have Blu-ray yet?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, essentially, I have a very similar job to Steve. It's more just on the programming side.
Yeah, you're more programming database.
Yeah, more program database, build the infrastructure for this new company. It's not as big as Steve's company. It's more of a sales end, but for the whole entire company. And because it's not as big as probably a company for either of them, still delve into the IT part, but most of it is just, the printer doesn't work. Well, just restart your computer. Oh, that works.
See, the difference between them is I have underlings who I can say, hey, this person said their printer doesn't work. Can you go help them? And they go, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. There was a question.
I actually did have, not today, it was like 2 days ago, a lady in one of the departments called me up and said, hey, my program won't close and I can't click on any of my icons. Mm-hmm. So I go over there and...
He already told me the story.
Yeah, so I go over there and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Click, 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 This is weird. Okay, hang on. I'm going to check something really quick. It's the oldest trick in the book. And some other employee, some jerk or a friend of hers, went and took a screenshot of her desktop and then deleted all of her icons and changed her wallpaper. And she was sitting there for like 30 to 40 minutes. Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm like, oh my God.
I did this joke on one of my coworkers, like way back in the day when we were early developing. This was like still back in I think it was Windows 3.1. We were still using Windows 3.1 back then. Mm-hmm. And so one of my coworkers, he was a big keyboard guy. He didn't like using the mouse at all, so he was all keyboard shortcut type of a thing. So when he was gone, I wrote this little application that had a Windows error message that came out. It looked exactly like a Windows error message. The thing is that if you try to click the OK or cancel button, I had the window move away from the mouse, so it tracked the mouse movement. So you could never click it. It would chase. You could try chasing the window, but never did. So the window would come up, but he was such a keyboard guy that he tried hitting the OK button, or he tried doing the
editor or something like that.
Nothing worked. He's like, damn it. And he rebooted his PC like 3 times. It's like, damn it, what's going on? It's like, try clicking on it with the mouse. And then it started moving around. He's like, all right, you guys are fucking with me.
So I have one question that's going to be a longer conversation, so I'm going to save that. Who was that asked that one? Sunclaw. I'm going to get to your question in just a second because I'm going to let them go nuts with that one. Do you guys really believe the rumors that Nvidia will hinder performance of mining on new GPUs, and what would be the financial gain of that? I believe that mining kind of caught everyone by storm mid-product cycle. And what I mean by that is, yes, people were using mining before the 10 series was announced and before the RX cards were announced, but it was kind of getting started. What I believe happened was they only had so many fabs built. They can only produce so many cards. And they produced those cards, and now the miners are buying all of them. Because the board partners are going, hey, you want to buy 2 full pallets? Sure, we'll just give those to you instead of Newegg. Because we know they're a guaranteed sell. Done. And so the retailers aren't even getting the cards right now. And when they are getting the cards, they're price gouging you. what I think they're probably going to do is ramp up production of the next series of card. And I think I mentioned this on last week's show, that right now they're not going to up production of current cards because those current cards are kind of on their way out. All of them have been around a year. Both the RX series, Vega may up production, but I think Vega may actually come out with some lower tier cards, maybe like a Vega 24, Vega 36. Speculation, don't quote me on that.
Yeah. I kind of have a weird theory. I mean, this is like going off left field, just way out there. But Nvidia also has the Quattro series, right? Which is their more high-end series of cards, which is geared more for CAD and stuff like that.
Right.
But they're more expensive. They're more expensive cards, especially if you get the high-end ones. I would think if they really wanted to up their profit, is they would hamper the gaming tier cards for cryptocurrency so that the gamers can still buy them, and they may even put them at a lower price point so they will get more people to do it. But for the cryptocurrency ones, they'll gear it for the higher end, the Quattro ones, mark them up.
Yeah.
And then, therefore, they could make higher profit on those high-end cards and not interfere with the gaming ones.
I believe they're going to do that. Something. Oh, you're going to make us drink this?
I am going to make you drink this.
Oh,
I don't want to
the
drink.
Kirin Ichiban?
Yeah. We got another special beer opening right here. Anyway, I believe that NVIDIA is going to come out with standard GeForce cards that are geared towards gamers and that are only available to gamers and that are hindered on mining, yes. Because they can sell those to gamers. Because right now, you can't buy an NVIDIA card if your life depended on it for less than 150% of retail cost.
You can find some deals, but it's very rare. It's
Right.
very, very rare.
Would one of you mind letting the dog out? He's going
Gotta
nuts. He's got to pee. Yeah, puppy life. Puppy is 12 weeks old, right around that.
That's actually pretty even pour.
Yeah, that's pretty solid, John. Yeah, it's like you've done that before.
Almost.
But I believe they are going to hinder the GeForce cards, and I believe they are going to release some mining-specific cards that have...
I didn't do anything.
I think he's just not familiar with you.
Yeah.
I think she already peed, or he already peed in the cave.
Hey, dog shot, please. $20.
$20 dog shot. Yep. What's up, puppy? Here, I'm gonna go grab the dog real quick.
I did not hurt the dog.
Yeah.
Dog is fine.
Dog was just unfamiliar with me. That's all.
There we go.
I like how you did the...
What's the matter? Oh yeah.
So, as a filler, we have this Ichiban Japanese lager.
It's not that bad.
It actually isn't that bad. It actually, as an average rating for Untapped, some of you that do follow Untapped, some of you don't. Some people do like the rating system, some don't. But it does get a 3. A 3.11, which is actually...
For a lager, it's not bad.
For a lager, for a Japanese lager, it's actually really not that bad.
And if I do go for like sushi or something like that, I'll have one of these.
I do notice that I really only like this style of beer with Japanese or Chinese food, Oriental food.
Yeah.
Basically,
This is your traditional standard Japanese lager.
it is very similar to having Mexican and I want a cerveza.
Yeah. Or I want a Corona.
Or I want a Corona with a lime.
Even
or not,
Corona's not even the
what's
best
that?
Right.
Not Modelo, but
well, there's Negro Modelo.
Negro Modelo, yeah.
Yeah, and there's Sol, which I like Sol for a Mexican beer. That's one of my favorite Mexican beers.
Great.
Although
I got this dog out now. The other one's going crazy too.
Yeah. Although this actually does taste very similar to a Mexican cerveza.
It's a lager.
They're all lagers.
All right, I'm gonna try it.
So it's not horrible.
I don't like lagers.
I'm
It's not bad for like.
I just don't.
This is not your Keystone Light. This is not
your Keystone Light. This is not.
This is much better than
It
that.
actually has a distinct flavor to it. I have started to appreciate craft lagers more and more.
Craft lagers actually taste really good.
Yeah, more and more craft lagers I start to appreciate. The big heavy hitter
Modelo is the
lagers.
best beer to have shrimp with. I will agree with that.
Modelo?
That might be
Modelo.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Mexican restaurant really close to my house that it's a Mexican restaurant, and they do this bacon wrapped shrimp
hiding
that's
me.
just drenched in Mexican cheese. Oh, so delicious. That goes good with beer. That goes good with anything, really. That just goes good with my mouth.
His dog is trying to figure out the puppy.
Yeah, I've had like 4 people comment that my dog barking was waking up the dogs. I'm sorry if I woke up all of your dogs. He usually goes to bed at 8 o'clock, so it's kind of weird for him to be up this time of night. But hey, someone came to the door, Steve. Not gonna mention any names.
Sorry.
But someone came to the door.
I tried to be quiet.
Yeah.
You know.
I heard the door crack, and what's amazing is you didn't wake the other dog up.
No.
Well, she was cool the whole time.
I could have started stealing all your stuff. You wouldn't even know.
That's right.
So what's your big question? You said you had
Homebrewing, have you tried it and do you like it?
Oh yeah, all the time.
That's a big question.
I'm going to step aside.
Don't. All right. I have to clarify something really quick. Jeff had this story 3-4 weeks ago.
I don't think have I told this story on the show?
Yes, you have.
Have I? Okay.
Yes, the straw multiple times. Okay, so this is the story of
John made a strawberry ale.
I made a strawberry beer.
That stuff, yeah.
Okay, so this is like it wasn't my first beer. It was probably like my third beer. And I was experimenting with it because I'm like, oh, I did a kit and I did this and I did an IPA and I did a pale. I'm going to go big. I'm going to do something cool.
I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to do something craft.
I'm going to do something craft. My bad for trying to think outside the box, Jeff.
Now, here's the thing: was I drank a little bit of beer when I met John. I wasn't like outside of the beer realm, but I wasn't like into craft beer like I am now. John came over to my house, and it was the first time John was ever over at my house.
Yeah.
And John goes, "Hey, I brew my own beer, and I brought a 6-pack. I bottled my own."
It was a variety.
It was a variety pack.
Yeah.
But he was so proud of this thing, and he goes, "I bottled my own beer." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome. Let's try it." And so he grabs the bottle.
Was bottled condition, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he grabs the bottle and he goes,
like cement.
and he goes, "Here's a strawberry ale that I'm trying." And he cracks the top open and he goes, like there's no carbonation or anything in it.
Yeah, I was like, oh crap. So and
so John goes and he starts pouring and the beer stops pouring. And then he kind of goes, and then he shakes it for a second, and a whole strawberry falls out of the bottle.
I picked the one bottle with a little bit of strawberry in it.
A little bit.
I had
bugged the neck.
I had like
Okay, I have to say something because I've had a lot of John's beers.
I brew a lot.
He's brewed a lot.
I brew a lot.
He's okay.
He has to his best beer he ever did. He was actually it wasn't a beer. It was a tepache.
Tepache.
Yeah.
His tepache is amazing.
Excellent. It was one of the better beers he's ever made, and I think still to this day I've had a few tepaches. His was the better tepache.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what tepache is, it's basically a pineapple
Cider.
It's a Mexican cider.
Right.
Yeah, it's pineapple juice.
Cider by definition has to have apple juice.
Right.
But tepache is
Pure pineapple.
It's a pineapple cider.
Yeah, it's pure pineapple
And I
juice.
agree with that.
Pure pineapple
Tepache is
yeah.
excellent.
one of his worst ones. I think he tried to do a coconut. It was a coconut porter.
I have that.
Yeah.
And he used real cocoa powder in there.
Oh gosh, yeah,
but
that
he
was
couldn't
horrible.
filter all the cocoa powder out of
was
it.
horrible.
So the stuff came out looking like Nestle Quick.
Yeah.
It made it look like it was
You're
a
like-
nitro.
Oh yeah.
You're like drinking it, and then
looked
there's like
really
this chalky
bad.
taste.
Yeah. It was.
I will admit that was bad. Although I will say I think the worst one I made was.
Oh, that was the worst one?
Yeah, I think I made a jelly bean beer.
Oh, that was really bad.
That was really bad too. That's at least I forgot about that one, the Nestle Quick one. I used Nestle Quick and I tried filtering out with a very fine stocking.
Stocking, yeah.
Stocking, and I just couldn't do it. It wouldn't filter out. Because I read something that said cocoa powder. I didn't have cocoa powder. I had Nestle Quick. So I was like, that's good enough. It didn't work. No. And I put it in at the wrong time too.
Yeah.
But this one I did. A friend of ours named Jason. He brews with.
Jason does a real good job. There.
Yeah, Jason does. He brews a beer during Halloween with some candy corn. And so I got that idea. I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. Yeah. So I said, let's do jelly beans. Well, candy corn has a single flavor.
Yeah.
It's not even a flavor.
It's not even a flavor. It's just sugar.
Yeah.
It's just sugar. Where jelly beans and these particular ones, it was the off-brand.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't even Jelly Bellies.
it wasn't Jelly Bellies. It was just, I had it during, it was Easter, and it was the week after Easter. So I bought that.
So I had all those wax.
All those wax, yeah. So I dumped it in, and it ended up being about 2 to 3 pounds of jelly beans. And as I'm brewing it and it's boiling, I see this fine shimmer on top.
Gross, yeah.
And it just grows. I'm like, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
We did. I have to tell us this one story because we did a lot of home brewing and stuff. And at one point in time, I had this brilliant idea of kind of like a brewing challenge where we had this list.
That was great.
We had this list of ingredients. We had a list of ingredients and we had a list of hops.
Yeah.
And
we numbered them. 1 through 20.
Yeah, I think it was 1 through 20. And so we went to a dartboard, and you would throw it was grains, hops,
and
specialty ingredients.
Yeah.
And we had 3 lists, and then the first one would be your grains, the second one would be your hops, and the third one would be your specialty ingredient. Whatever that number landed on, you had to make a beer
out of those
3 ingredients.
And they had to be primary ingredients.
Yeah, they couldn't be.
You
just
couldn't be like, little subtle. I threw it in. No, primary ingredients.
Yeah. So real quick, someone asked, "Is this the G920 or C920, or are you using something else?" What you're seeing right now is actually a Canon HD camcorder through my AGP Tech capture card, which is not a great card. It's an okay feed, but there's a lot of noise in the video that I don't like, and there's not great color reproduction in it. I have a C920 that's up here, which again I don't have properly exposed right now. You do have manual controls on that if you want.
Yeah, the color is so bad. This is actually purple. It looks brown.
Yeah.
But this is like pimped out purple.
Oh, stop it.
I'm just joking.
I'm a redhead.
Yeah.
And I'm a strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So the C920 is a good starter camera. Like someone else said, there are better cameras out there. Don't look anywhere other than Logitech. Logitech does make the best cameras. I believe they have a Brio right now, which is about $199, which is a 4K camera. Might even be like $149. And if you're looking at getting serious, the Brio or the Brevo, or I forget the name of it, but it's a 4K Logitech camera.
It does sound like a fine cheese, though.
Yeah, it's a good camera. It's a really good camera.
Goes great with spaghetti.
As far as other 1080p 30 FPS cameras go, you really can't go wrong with the C920. As far as getting started out, once you go, the C920 doesn't meet my needs. You're talking about getting an actual camera with an HDMI out and a capture card. I do think it's among the best USB-based webcams that are out there. So.
But yeah, the dartboard. I forgot the 3 ingredients you had. You had I had a pretty decent one. Mine ended up just being a brown ale with the Asper cashews.
You had cashews.
I had cashews,
so and
the
honey nut beer.
I called mine honey nut beers because I made a honey brown ale with cashews. And then did you have figs?
Yes, I had figs.
Fig
Newtons.
You had Fig Newtons.
I did a Fig Newton Belgian is what.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a Fig Newton Belgian.
Yeah.
And then we had Jason, our friend. He had hemp.
Yeah.
And then Adam, another friend of ours,
Jason
had tea.
Yeah.
And Adam, our friend, there's a couple of homebrew stories that I could talk about Adam.
His didn't turn out that bad.
It didn't turn out. No, my favorite one of Adam's homebrew stories, and it's a quick story, is we all got together at Steve's house, and Steve and our friend Adam, they're neighbors, so it was really easy for them. And I don't live too far away from Steve. We all came over to his house, and we were like, "Oh, let's do a 3-way beer brew party where we drink and everything." And so Steve and I brewed our beers, and we did great. And because Adam lived next door, he did an extract, which if you know anything about brewing, it's the cheater's way. It's the cheater's way, and you have to add water to it. That's the simplest explanation I can give you. So you should add filtered water to it.
He just took it straight from the hose.
He took it straight from his
garden hose.
It was a garden hose straight in. Didn't wash it, didn't do it, and just dumped it. Oh, it's fine. And then a month after it's fermented and everything, it was sour. It was funky.
Yeah. When it first came out, it was, to be fair, it tasted okay.
Okay.
The stuff that aged, it obviously.
Oh, it was horrible. And when I mean age, we mean 3-month age.
Yeah. Again, if you know anything about beer, you know the reason that breweries open in certain locations is because of the water that's available in those locations.
Water is key.
The water is different in Portland than it is in Salem than it is in Eugene. And so you could have the same brewery in 3 different locations, and they will turn out 3 very different beers.
Oh, yeah.
Very different.
Well, that's why some places like in New Mexico, Arizona,
they have to add chemicals and
they have to severely filter their water because the water quality is way different.
And if you're trying to get a particular beer, if you're trying to get a particular style or mouthfeel with your water, you have to actually go and get like a pH or a kit and everything
to measure
all the chemicals and then adjust it properly to get the hard water that you're looking for.
Yeah.
If you're getting for that big, thick mouthfeel without the bourbon or anything, you want a very thick water.
giving the dog
hard water.
A little stout. He's fine.
Well,
And next week,
that's contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
That's right.
There's some underage drinking going on in this live feed.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. He's been trying to get my beer for like 3 weeks. So, there you go. His tongue's actually not long enough to reach it, but he's getting the sides. So, you swirl it around there, get a little bit more. There you go, buddy. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think?
That's not a chocolate porter, right?
No.
Party foul.
Yeah,
It's a dog. Let him just lick it off the counter.
No. Jeff ruined another keyboard.
Yep.
I have a replacement under the desk.
You ruined your Corsair already with spilling something on it.
I did ask for that, but then you told me what it was, and I was like, no, I don't want it.
Yeah. So after one of my live feeds with Steve, the one that we were very hammered, that we've referenced a couple times, I reached for my chocolate porter, which was delicious, and I spilled it on my Corsair K70, which is my daily driver, and I ruined it. There's no coming back.
I actually spilled a gin and tonic on my K95.
Yeah.
And it still works fine.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Can you hand me that box that's right under there, the keyboard box?
The keyboard.
The Cougar.
Box? Okay.
Yep. Yep. So if you guys don't know, I also do work for Modders Inc. And so I've been doing some reviews for them lately. This is one of the next reviews that's coming up. It's the Cougar Attack X3 RGB with Cherry MX silver switches. So be on the lookout for that here in the near future. I've also got some Ryzen APU benchmarks, hopefully launching on Friday on Modders Inc. and sometime next week on my channel. Someone says, don't use GOG. I love GOG. I've been around with GOG since before they were actually public. I got invited to the beta program on that.
When they were good old games.
When they were good old games, not GOG,
yeah.
right. GOG's great. They do a good job on making old games compatible for newer systems. I mean, that's the only reason I've ever been able to play X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Oh, it's a great system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with GOG.
Yeah. Yeah, I like GOG.
They give away a lot of free games too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of times.
Yeah, a lot of games. I've got probably a dozen games free from them over the years.
I think like 90% of my library in GOG is their free games.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no,
It's all the.
I've got close to like 70 games in GOG.
No, I only got like 4 games. It's all like the Monkey Island, the
Full Throttle.
Full Throttle.
Yeah.
Exactly. The
LucasArts stuff.
LucasArts. Yep. That's
You can get the remastered LucasArts ones.
Yeah, but I wanted to play the classic. I do love playing the remaster, but I also love playing the nostalgia, the original.
Well, a lot of those
pixelated.
remastered ones that they have a toggle switch typically where you can
Yeah,
Yeah, you
go back
can,
to
you can go switch back to the original if you want to.
Anyone rock Northgate keyboards? I've never used a Northgate
I don't know
keyboard.
what a Northgate keyboard is.
I know what they are.
Is
They're
that
an
the
old.
same as
They're a late 90s, maybe even late 80s.
Are they really?
They were kind of an IBM competitor, if I remember.
They
back
might
in the day.
be like my old boss way back
Because you know
when.
the IBM clickies,
Yes.
right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. No, he had an old IBM clicky keyboard.
Yep.
He had the original mechanical
The old RS-80 or whatever it was.
He never wanted to give that up.
Yeah.
In fact, when he finally got a PC that did not have a
DIN
PS2,
port.
yeah, they
a DIN port.
didn't have that. Yeah, he had to get the USB compatible switch for it
Yeah.
to get it to work. It's just so he can keep that keyboard because he loved that keyboard.
Let's see. Love GOG. They gave me my Falcon. And never mind. Let's see what we got. Yeah, they are owned by the same company that makes The Witcher. That's right. They are owned by CD Projekt
Yeah,
Red.
CD Projekt.
Yeah, CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red. I used to know them as CD Projekt.
Or CD Projekt, right.
I was actually at E3 the very first time they presented.
Oh, really?
The very first Witcher, yes.
Nice.
Yes, I was there.
That's
They-
not a
they
that's not a
had-
bad conference to go to.
Yeah, it was fun. They had subbed under BioWare,
Yeah.
and they were there in the same booth. And the best thing about that is they gave away free beer at that booth.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I still have the swag that they gave away, which was a leather an actual leather mouse pad that has
Nice.
Witcher stamped on it. I still have that.
Mm.
It's a tiny one though. I don't really use it, but
Let's see. I'm just scrolling back through the comments here, make sure I didn't miss anything. Unity game runs on Linux. Yes, they do. GOG run does. They're starting to do some things for Linux. They have also got some stuff for Mac. Let's see. Someone says your cashew brown beer actually sounds delicious.
I know, right?
it sounds delicious, but it wasn't that great. He wanted to make it like a honey.
Like Honey Nut Cheerios.
This was it was my idea. It's like you got like a conglomerate of different nuts and put honey in it,
Yep.
and we call it Honey Nut Cheerios, which is a great idea.
Right? Yeah.
But it wasn't a horrible.
It wasn't
beer,
horrible, but it wasn't
but
great.
it didn't taste as delicious as my head told me it was going to be.
Yep.
No.
But it was all right.
All right, guys. I think
All
that's a good place to end it.
Yeah,
fine.
we're good.
So, thank you for joining us. Talking Heads, episode 18, if I remember correctly.
I think so, something like
18?
that.
Sounds right.
Yeah, Steve.
Come back for 19.
Come back for 19. Steve will be here.
18.75.
Steve will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, as I like to say. Good show, guys.
That the bat dance? I don't remember.
Ow.
I don't remember what the bat dance was.
Yeah.
No, I think it was just the hands.
It's just the hands.
I think it
Yeah.
was just the hands. Yeah. I think the peace sign was Pulp
That was
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. That was Uma Thurman.
Yeah, but I wanted to do the bat 2C. I think it was.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, guys. Good show, as always. I'm Jeff. He's Steve. He's John.
Yep, that's it.
Catch you later.
Cool.